Good morning, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Only English with Sangeeta. Today we will take the part 2 of Think Before You Speak lesson. The wise teacher gave him a fresh sheet of blank paper and a pen. When that person who was afraid of losing his friendship went to his teacher, his spiritual teacher, he asked him about his problem. Then a teacher gave him a fresh sheet of blank paper and a pen. He said to the young man, "Write down on this paper all the harsh things you said to him, whatever the thing you said to your friend, that you are now afraid of breaking your friendship. So you write down all those harsh words which you have spoken to him. So it will be easy for you to do the next thing." The young man did as he was told and showed the paper to the teacher. Whatever his spiritual teacher told him to do, the young man did the same thing and given the paper to his teacher. "Now tear up this sheet of paper into as many small bits as you can," the wise teacher said. Now afterward, showing the paper, the teacher told him that, "Now you do one thing. You tear this page into a small bits of paper and as many as you can." So you tear this sheet of paper into as many small bits. So the teacher told him like that. So the single sheet was torn into 100 tiny bits of paper. All we know that when we tear any page at that time, the page is torn out in the 100 or tiny bits of paper. So now throw the bits out of the window, the teacher told him. After tearing the page, teacher told him that, "Now throw the bit of paper out of the window." That was easily done. It was a windy day and the tiny bits were scattered far and wide even as the young man watched it. It was easier for him. Whatever his teacher was telling him, he was doing the same thing. First, his teacher told him to write whatever the harsh words he had spoken to his friend he had written. Afterwards, teacher told him to tear that page. He tore that page. Afterwards, his teacher told him to throw all the tiny bits of small paper out of the window. Now he did the same thing. It was windy day. It was easily done. And it was due to windy day. The tiny bits were scattered all among the road on the street. And the young man watched all these things. "Now go out into the street and collect as many bits of the paper as you can." After throwing outside, his teacher told him, "Now go out into the street. Now you do one thing. Whatever I am telling you are doing. You go out on the street and collect as many bits of the paper as you can," the teacher ordered him. But that young man has to follow whatever the teacher was telling him. So the young man was taken aback. He was taken aback means he was very surprised. Here taken aback means very surprised, shocked. After listening the word of his teacher, the young man was very shocked. But that will be difficult, he stammered. Whenever teacher asks you any question at that time, if you don't want to do the answer or if you don't know the answer, that time you also stammer sometimes. So like that only, that young man stammered. But that will be difficult. It will be difficult indeed, but do give it a try, the teacher suggested. After listening his words, his teacher told him that, "I know this is difficult, but you just give it a try," the teacher suggested him. The young man went out. Now that young man went out. He returned half an hour later, exhausted. He had not been able to get hold of a single torn bit from the paper he had torn up just a while earlier. Before some time, he torn out of the page told by his teacher and he thrown out of the window. And now His teacher told him to collect all those tiny bits of paper. When he went out to search the tiny bits of paper, after half an hour he returned. He was very exhausted. Exhausted means he extremely tired searching all those tiny bits of paper. He had not been able to get hold of a single torn bit from the paper he had torn up just a while earlier. Before half an hour only he torn out the page. Now it was not possible for him to collect a single bit of tiny paper. This is what happened with the spoken word. The teacher said to him that whatever words you have spoken to your friend, that is what they are already scattered in the atmosphere. Now you cannot get it back. The teacher said to him, once you have spoken the word aloud, it is very difficult to take them back. Therefore, learn to think before you speak in anger. So here, his spiritual teacher taught him a lesson that if once you speak any word, it will scatter in the atmosphere and it is very difficult to take it back. So therefore, he told him that learn to think before you speak in anger. In our day-to-day life also, sometimes it happens with us and we give some bad words to others. We speak some harsh and rude words to others. So that person may get hurt due to our words. So whenever you are in anger at that time, whatever you want to speak at that time, you just do one thing. Think before you speak in anger. Thank you for listening. Do like and subscribe.